And welcome back. Today we're flying out the F-8E and the F-8E DN for the American and the French Tech 3 respectively. The differences are pretty minute, you fly this thing largely the same, and that's why I wanted to include these things in the same video so I can refer to one and the other. And this is why I love the AIM-9Ds. The range on these things are absolutely insane. But for now we're gonna talk about the planes themselves and the main differences. Of course you got the 4 AIM-9Ds. You can also bring the radar variant, but I don't like them. I don't think they're reliable and I do not run them. If you are looking for a guide on those things, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to look elsewhere. If they break radar lock at any time, well, your missile is useless and you need to kill people quick. And that's the main problem why the French one is also a problem. It only has 2 missiles that has half the killing potential in terms of getting missile kills, and most of the AIM-9Ds will connect, at least 2 of them most of the time. And then you still got 2 others. And why is this important? Because the teams are absolutely abysmal and you're gonna see plenty of this in the future. I'm not gonna tell you that the guns are bad, not by any means. The problem is the exact same as with the F-8U. The guns are pretty unwieldy, and that's not because of the guns themselves. It's because the rudder locks up. Luckily you're able to throw this thing a little bit more around than the F-8U because you won't rip your wings off trying to dodge an AIM-9B, which is a big improvement. You also got flares now, so all in all, flying this thing over the F-8U every day of the week, it's a lot more enjoyable, it's a lot more potent. Now we get one problem however. The French one does not have flares, and not having flares on the F-8 is actually a little bit of a problem. With most planes I don't really mind it as much, but when you're going very fast in these things, it's hard to dodge a missile, especially when a MiG-27 or a MiG-23 sees you, comes head on with you, and he shoves an R60 up your cockpit. Not much you're gonna be doing about it when you're going almost supersonic, because you will compress like a motherfucker and you are going to take that missile to the chin. Not an enjoyable time. I do prefer the F-8E for America by a long shot, for all the reasons provided. The flaps on the French one are a tad bit better, but you still fly it the exact same way. It doesn't really change a lot. And why am I gonna include this clip where I'm gonna furball 8 people at once? Well, you might ask that, but I wanted to show you what's so strong about this plane. Of course I'm not fighting any MiG-21s here, because they do kind of counter this kind of maneuver. But I can just, it's not exactly a raid fight, but if I don't drop my flaps down, if I just keep it a little bit in the vertical and keep dodging everyone. Look at the energy stage here, I'm still going 600, flaring that one. With the French one I would have been dead right there. We are going downwards a little bit here, and look at the energy stage. Everyone is going very slowly, they're struggling to keep up with these turns. Vigan right ahead, we're gonna shoot him. The thing to take away from that is I got killed from someone outside of the furball. I didn't get killed by the initial furball that I was tangling with 4 people at once. And that's the main strength of this thing. It keeps its speed well and it turns well enough to use it. The problem is if people start running away from you, if people start disengaging, if they keep it fast, you are in a little bit of a pickle, and especially when you start fighting MiG-21s and stuff, they're actually, yeah, they just kind of do everything better than you. They do shed more speed than you. The problem is they're just going to stay on your ass and they're going to stand on that engine. Lob a missile at you, and if you're in the French one, well, good luck with that. But how do I fly this thing? I do like the third party a little bit in this thing. Just come in and out, engage people that are straggling on the sides, and abuse the fact that I have good energy retention. Keep in mind that these AIM-9Ds have a very good range. Use it. When someone is 3 kilometers ahead of you with this thing and they're not flying directly into the sun, well, chances are they are not going to actually pay attention to it and they are going to hug that missile, which is perfect for us. Now we're gonna fly straight here. There is a FG1 on our 6. I noticed that he breaks off. He goes for the EJ, which is good for us because now we can break back off and re-engage the EJ. EJ kills the MiG-27 in the heddle, and a MiG-27 guns the EJ down while he's already dead with that 30 mil. We all know we don't want to go head on with MiG-27s. Luckily for us, we can kind of roll out of the way and we can flare it. French one, not so much. If it wasn't obvious yet, I'm flying the American one at this very instant. If you're not sure which one I'm flying, you can either look at the decals, because I am using the default skins, or what you can do is look at the progress bar, because it will be stated on the bottom. So, go ahead on with the Vigan. Just going to be ignoring him, gonna keep flying straight here because he is on our 6 and he is flying all the way. And I'm not gonna give my 6 to everyone on my front here. So I'd rather have 1 guy on my 6 than 4. Missile actually tracks him, FG1 goes down, and now we got 3 guys on the 6. The problem is, well, they're on our 6. The good thing is, we're faster than all of them right now. So at this point I'm just trying to buy some time and trying to disengage a little bit because I know that the Vigan, as we all do, burns a lot of fuel very quickly, and a lot of them actually don't run fuel tank. So with a little bit of luck here, if I delay them just a little bit extra, maybe persuade them to not come for me. In the background we got Razor coming back in his F-104S, which might make it so that they will break off as well. And you can see that the state of my team right now isn't the best. Luckily the MiG-27 is 13 kilometers away. The Viggen as well as the 23 are breaking off, and now I only got, well, one Viggen on my 6, which is something I can fight. I'm actually not too worried about this one, as long as it stays one-on-one. Right now I'm just trying to get a little bit of separation from the main fight, as well as get him close enough to a certain degree so I can start turning without, well, inviting him to run away from me. So we get him on our 6, I'm not pulling too hard, I'm trying to stay in front of him actually, and now we're going to use this roll rate to make him overshoot. I notice that he, well, takes his afterburner off, or he turns it off, and we are just going to turn for a little bit longer, and then once we go a little bit slower, because he bled a lot of speed there trying to cut his afterburner off, he throttles back up and he is stalled out. If this was 1v1, this guy was completely boned. Thing is, I got 2 more enemies on the way, so I'm going to be diving back into them, picking up some speed, re-firing him. Make sure to not get in front of the MiG-27, because well, when you do, you are going to blow up, and I don't enjoy that. Razor coming in, he is low on fuels. I won't be having much use for him very soon here, but he makes himself very useful and kills the guy on my 6, the guy that I got very slow. Now I got a Viggen and a MiG-27. It's kind of a 2v2, but the Razor can't really stay here and he needs to go RTB. I say go for it. I feel kind of confident in this situation as long as these two guys try to dogfight me and I can stay in the air for a little bit longer. At least I can stay alive for a little bit longer. Dodge the head-on, dodge head-on number 2, and we are gonna go vertical. Razor disengaging. At this point I'm not really too sure, and I think if he comes back right now, I actually have a very good chance of killing both of these guys if he doesn't kill one of them himself. Managed to just shoot too low because of the chin mounted guns. A little bit unfortunate, but luckily I maintain my speed well enough to the point where that isn't too much of a problem. I'm gonna be turning into the MiG-27 here. Razor does come back as per request. He makes him break off just a little bit, and now the Viggen is very slow right in front of me. We take him down. MiG-27 tries to go up, tries to capitalize on the fact that we just broke a loop, but we are right inside of his turn circle. Put him into a flat spin, and that's going to be game largely. Now at the end, just to wrap it up, we got a MiG-23 here, the guy that disengaged earlier and went RTB. He got a blind turn on Razor. I knew where he was, so what I'm gonna do is get low, go straight up, and intercept his flight path directly to Razor. And by shooting all my missiles at him, I can get him in range and deny him the ability to accelerate away. I'm not really trying to look to kill him here with the missiles. Razor will catch him anyway, so I'm not really too worried about him running away forever, because it's 2v1, which is why I'm being so aggressive, which is why I'm using all my missiles here. I just want him to dodge as much as I can. Now he's 800 meters in front, he's getting to 700 meters in front, and I got all the ammo in the world. So these guns do reach quite far. They're not quite M29s or a Vulcan, but they are still potent enough in the range department. As long as he doesn't get above 900 meters, if he starts flying straight like that, he's going to catch these hands. And there we go. He's crit. He's starting to maneuver now. And he also puts himself into a flat spin by folding his wings out. Not sure how that happened, but you know, it looked kind of funny. He tried to Cobra me, but by doing that he bled even more speed. And now it might look like he's staying inside of my turning circle, but what he's doing actually is going so damn slow, and he's stalling out in a certain way, and he's spinning around, that I can get my guns on him. He's not gaining any position on him, he's just securing his death. It just takes a little bit longer for me to kill him. It might work if it's like a 2v2, because then if I try to kill him anyway, it's going to cost me the game because I'm too focused on him and I get third party. Luckily it's 2v1, so that wasn't much of a problem. We got an F-100 on our 6 as well as an F-4C somewhere in the area, and right now we're flying the French one. Just extending for a little bit. I'm not really too worried about an F-100. I broke off the second he broke off to then re-engage him, but there's also an F-4C in the area. The F-100 notices this, that I come back, and he forces a head-on. I of course dodge that because I don't want to take a head-on. That's basically the only way he is going to kill me, and I'm not going to hand him the kill. So what do? I want to maintain the turn with the F-100. I want to make sure that I don't bleed too much speed doing so I still have ample speed to dodge the F-4C. Both of these guys are free missile kills, and as you might have noticed, I got exactly 2 magics on my plane, so I'm not really too worried about them, as long as I don't fly into their guns. I did get a little bit close there, but the F-100 is kind of hard to aim at that instance, and now I'm just going to stay in front of his nose. Trying to keep my speed here. At this point he is falling out of the air essentially, and I just have to make sure that I time my turns in a certain way that I can dodge both the F-100 and the F-8E, or F-4C in the same pass. So I'm trying to keep a raid fight on here, make sure that he can't radar lock me. He only has AIM-9Es, and look at that, perfectly underneath him, dodge the Vulcan just, and now we're on the 6 of the F-100. The F-100 is not going to be doing much, and the F-4C is not going to be back in time to save his friend here. So magic out, and we're just going to fly straight for a little bit to get up some speed. Because if I start turning right now, I'm going to eat a missile, and I don't want that. So we go straight for a little bit. Right now we are faster than him, and I notice that I want to turn back in. Also missiles coming out. Go perpendicular, turn the afterburner off to cut the lock for a second. We dive back down. We dodge the Vulcan, a little bit sketchy. But at this point the F-4C can't really do much anymore, because I know that he's not going very fast, and he doesn't have flares, he doesn't have the turning capabilities, and he's within 2 kilometers. Here comes the magic, you are going to die. And I did drop my flaps there just to turn that just that little bit extra time. Of course sustained turn will go lower, but for getting the kill extra quick, perfect. Get your nose on just a little bit extra fast, just get a little bit closer and give the missile a little bit more of a chance to hit. So another F8 FN clip here, and it's a little bit of a carry this time. It's not a 2v1, it's an actual full game, and it's going to show some flaws, some strengths, a little bit of everything. The lack of flares, not gonna be as potent in this one. It's still rather rough. F4F 106, not sure if it's an early or normal one, so I don't know if he has flares or not. Other than that, they are largely the same. I will be able to stay outside of his gun here, and I will do exactly that. After we break his angle, we are going to move up, preheat the missile, lock him up, lead it, and fire it off. And magics within 2 kilometers when people aren't going supersonic, well, they hurt quite badly. It wasn't an F4F early. Luckily, facts don't care about your feelings, and magics don't care about your flares. And that's going to be kill number 1. We haven't shot much yet, but those missiles are pretty damn potent. And who do I want to go for here? MiG-21 is definitely main target here. So is the F-5E, but he has someone on a 6. Problem is, J-35 is going vertical, and he has someone going for him as well. So I was kind of expecting that F-5 to survive that. So I'm going to be warming up the flare, or the flare here, the missile here. And I'm going to engage either the MiG-21 or the F-5E. The F-5E is going to fly right in front of me. I could go for guns right there, but I don't want to risk it, because I need him dead right there. And if I miss it, I'm in a world of hurt. So I'm not going to do that. F-104 on A6 and MiG-21 is flying the different direction. So what do I want to do right now? I don't really know. It will depend on the next 5 seconds. And there we go. F-104 breaks off, and the F-4E goes down by the EJ. So now it's 2v2 again. MiG-21 is right there, and there's still someone unspotted somewhere on the map. So I'm a little bit cautious. MiG-21 here coming head on, should be an easy kill. So we line it up, we shoot a little bit, we shoot too low, and we miss it. Unfortunate, but you can see he's going pretty slow. And then I noticed something. He shoots a missile from God knows how far away. No way that's going to track. Luckily he's going very slow, as I said, and I can just drop right on top of him, because I'm still going 850 on the top of my loop there. Then I noticed a MiG-21 getting killed. I'm like, holy shit, did you just actually hit him across the map? But no, it was a different MiG-21. So MiG-21 in a 1v1 is something that's not very enjoyable if you don't have missiles, especially when it's also Phantom on your 6. Luckily he's going to dispose of himself. So we go head on with the MiG-21, and now it's only the F-104 left. As well as this MiG-21 MF right here. I'm pretty low on fuel. I haven't landed yet, and he just did. So I have a little bit of time before the F-104 comes back. And you can see right here, if I had an AIM-9D, I could have just shot it at him. He had to dodge, and I would have caught him. Thing is, I only have 2 missiles. Sure, those missiles made it so they were definite kills. So maybe with the AIM-9Ds I would have had to use a little bit more. I'm not that ammo conservative right here, because I need to kill this guy quickly. Problem is, he's not biting. So I break off a little bit, give him some room to re-engage, and he does so. So we move up over him, we try to drop back on top of him. The thing is, with these fuel amounts, I can actually try to 1v1 this guy, as long as I have a little bit of energy. He's bleeding a lot here, and I'm maintaining a decent amount. There's no way he's going 800 right here. I can go straight up, make sure that I don't black out, and he doesn't want to take it. He instantly runs away, which is unfortunate, because now I can't really kill him quick enough, and I have 8 minutes of fuel left. It won't last me 8 minutes with the afterburner on, because it does drink quite quickly. It's not quite a vegan, but it goes down rather quick regardless. So I dive out, pick up some speed, give him some room to re-engage, and I want him to re-engage as fast as possible so he doesn't get any speed back up, which is why I'm also instantly breaking off, instantly giving him the opportunity to come back at me. So we go back up here, we're trying to force an energy trap in the vertical. He does not want to take it, which is fair, but you're also at a MiG-21. He easily could have won this. I do have a little bit more close performance, because well, I have this low amount of fuel, and I'm just trying to get some hits in, trying to get him scared, but he doesn't want to take it. And if I chase him right now, what's going to end up happening is I will run out of fuel trying to catch him, and then once I start getting low on fuel and I actually have to do my afterburner on and off all the time, the F-104 has rearmed as well, and now I am completely boned. So I re-engaged or disengaged, went back to the airfield, none of them followed me, and they stayed in the middle of the map, which is great, because now I can actually fight them on even grounds. Well, I say even grounds, they still have a much better chance. The MiG-21 outruns me, I'm now full on fuel, so he actually outturns me, and the F-104 easily outruns me, easily out-retentions me, if that's even a word, but you know what I'm saying. And right now, I'm just trying to look around, trying to see where they are, and trying to make sure that I can kill one. I have the magics, I have 2 enemies left, so I want to make sure that I kill one as quickly as I can. I'm not really too worried in a 1v1. I don't like going 2v1. The thing is, I still have the magics, which is just great. Go ahead on with the F-104, shoot again a little bit too low because of the chin mounted guns. And what I'm going to be doing is, I'm largely going to focus on the MiG-21. I hope he's going to take a dogfight, I hope he's going to make a mistake because it's a 2v1 and he's in a much more dangerous plane. The F-104 outruns me, but so does the MiG-21, and the MiG-21 is also able to just stick on my ass. So the second I get an opportunity to go for the MiG-21, I will do so. Problem is with the F-104, it has a Vulcan, and I feel like I should have shot the missile there, but I got the load factor too high, and then I didn't manage to get it off. Unfortunate, but I'm going to get on a 6 right here, and I will just be ignoring the F-104, and this is why I included this clip, because I'm going to have absolutely abysmal aim. Do keep in mind that I'm going to be spraying as much as I can, because I need this guy dead. Not sure how well you can see it in the video. It's very hard for me to get my nose on target, but I know that he's trying to dive and get some speed in. So I will try to stay above him, so he looks up, doesn't see the ground, and he goes and reenacts the 11th of September. One of my favorite things to do, going above someone as the low with terrain. Very likely they're looking up, not forward, and they're going to hit something. Last time that worked for me was in the J6 video, and yes, Bulbot, I'm talking about you. F-104 is now stuck in a dogfight because he decided to stick on my 6 because I'm engaging his teammate. Which is fair play to him, he was a bit desperate here, and he needs to be, because I was about to kill his teammate, and once I did so, he was likely going to be dead. I still have both my missiles on, he's probably aware of that. He can't win in the dogfight, but now he's stuck in it and he has to stick it. If he tries to run away now, I missile him. So he's stuck now, he can't really do much. And the MiG-21 really threw the game by crashing there, because the F-104 could have pushed me off him, or at least tried to kill me when I was shooting at him. There you go, 6 kill, 7 if you count the crash. On to the next one. And here we are again on the snow map. A lot of snow today. Here comes a late spawning missile, managed to flare it just in time. R60 doesn't track. I'm trying to regain some footing here, but I'm really getting collapsed on here. My team is gone. I'm going into a direction where there's a lot of enemies, which I hadn't really predicted. So now I'm a little bit in the middle of the map, and there's a little bit of everyone everywhere. Not the best place to be in. Luckily my team is also scattered around. Here comes missile number 1. Dodge the R60, it's probably an R60M, which is even more sensible to flares, or sensitive to flares. Here comes number 2, turn the afterburner off, flare it a little bit, break off, and we go the opposite direction. And I waited a little bit to head out here, because I didn't know exactly where everyone was, and I don't want to turn my ass towards half the enemy team. go over the MiG-27. And we are gonna be on the 6 right here. And you can tell I'm still going 800, which is good. Like, it's very slow and I do want to be much faster than this. The thing is, the amount of maneuvering I have just done, I'm still going 800, which is very, very good. Which is why I'm including this clip. And again, I have to turn around, turn the afterburner off, flare a little bit. Afterburner back on, I'm still going 600. Here comes an AIM-9D. Hopefully it connects. But that MiG-27 is already turning right for me, so I need to get the speed back up and I need to get out of here. Because I don't want that guy on my 6, but I do know they already shot a few missiles, so I can hopefully run him out completely. Do the same thing, turn in, afterburner off, flare a little bit. And now the team is regaining some footing, but getting in a little bit of a better spot. MiG-27 getting right ahead of me. And I need to kill this guy right here. He's a little bit secluded right now, he's completely on his own. I shoot the missile off to do the same thing as to the first one, force him to dodge. He does so, then he flies straight. We managed to get a crit in, and I need to stay on this guy now because I don't want him to turn around the second I do so to go for his team. There he goes, he's going a little bit slow, he's trying to dodge, he's bleeding a lot of speed right here. And he's killed. Well, easy crit, flat spin into almost getting stolen. But he's dead regardless. Still going 900. And here come the EJs, which is a little bit of a problem, because if they are EJ guys, I'm gonna have trouble dodging all those missiles. Here comes the EJ, way ahead of his nose, and he one-shots my tail control anyway, and that's going to be game. I will spend the rest of my life being a Beyblade, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I will see you all in the next one.